to the Gothier household. So we have Shannon Gothier, Opal Raymond, Garnet Newson, and Charlene Pye. So what is going on here? I won't actually get into much detail with Shannon and Opal, mostly because we actually played their part last season in the fall. So we know what's been going on with these two elder ladies. We know if you've watched that video, you know that Opal's been wanting her son Garnet to move in and take over the household and whatnot because they're both getting pretty old here at getting pretty old here. And Shannon, as you may or may not know, she actually got engaged to a guy named Jack Parker. So yeah, that's gonna go nowhere, to be honest. But anyways, yeah, we know all that from the video if you've watched it. So I won't go into much detail with them. However, now, as you can quite possibly tell, we have Garnet and his girlfriend, Charlene here. So yeah, he's very, very happy to be moved in and whatnot. And he and Charlene are gonna have to take over a bedroom here somewhere. So yeah, he's probably gonna take over these girls' lives. He's probably gonna take over this big bedroom and give them the small one, I think. Or the two elder people can have the bigger room and he and Charlene can have the small one. I don't know. We're gonna have to move things around and make room for these two. Anyways, let's get to it. What has been going on with Garnet and whatnot? So, in his youth, his mom actually called him and really wanted him to, you know, eventually move in after college and help take care of them because they're pretty old now, you know. And so Garnet agreed he wants to be here for his mom, even though his mom actually left him in the dust and left him and his siblings in the dust and just left and didn't say two words, just gone, foot. But Garnet decided to forgive her and be here for his mom in her last years of his life. So good on him. He still wants to take care of his mom, even though his mom screwed him over from having a loving mother in their youth. But yeah, he's proud that his little brother Flint was an overachiever. And then he graduated with summa cum laude. So he actually did very, very well his in his schooling. So he actually has a star on his. So yeah, he's actually a very intelligent guy. Very intelligent. He worked hard in school. He had his very first kiss with Charlene, fell in love with her, made out with her, and moved out and had a graduation party. So yeah, they met in college, and she is actually a cheerleader of college. So he actually fell in love with the cheerleader. And he's proud that Dove and Gage actually graduated college as well. And then he got a job in the criminal career. So he's part of the criminal career right now. And he wants to level up his creativity and level logic. So I have no doubt that he could reach the top of his career if he really wanted to. So yeah, I'm still in the process of giving these two makeovers and things like that. So stay tuned for that. Okay, and now we have Charlene Pye. So Charlene here just, you know, has the memory of winning the college, graduated, and now she's got a job in the business career. And so she's hoping that she does well in the business career as well. So they both got jobs and they're both here together, and hopefully these two can, be happy together. I think they like each other. They keep going from two bolts to one bolt to two bolts to one bolt. So I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully after I give them makeovers, they will be more attracted to each other, I should say. But yeah, this has been the Gothier household, and let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the Jones household, where we have Remington Jones, Beatrice Jones, Krista Midlock, and Charlotte Jones. So let's actually talk about what's been going on here, shall we? All right, for Remington here, um, yeah, he lost Charlotte to the Grim Reaper, which was his wife, and Charlotte died. So he has this amount of a huge amount of guilt going on, and ever since then he has been unable to find someone that he would like to marry and whatnot because he has such huge guilt that his wife died and he's in the medicine career, so yeah, he couldn't save his wife, unfortunately, and that was pretty sad. They went on a Far East vacation, and I'm assuming that's where Beatrice actually met Krista, is during the Far East vacation here. He actually met Marissa Bennett, made out with her, fell in love with her, taught Charlotte how to study, and did the woohoo with Marissa. So he actually found somebody to be with romantically, but he hasn't found anybody that he wanted to commit to fully um, since his wife passed away. He was happy that both of his girls actually got into private school. He maxed the logic skill point. He maxed the cleaning skill point. He's earned 25,000 simoleons. He's happy that his daughter Beatrice went to college. And then Beatrice got engaged while she was there. He got chased by a wolf at some point. He got a promotion. He became hospital chief of staff, and that was his dream, to become hospital chief of staff. So he actually got his lifetime aspiration completed. So good on him. And he actually reached platinum lifetime aspiration as well. So he actually got both. So he is a fortune and romance sim at this point in time. So that's that. Charlotte was rejected from private school shortly after that. I think it had something to do with the funds. They actually lost a lot of money during this point, and the school was like, "You can't pay for private school. We're gonna kick her out." So that was rude. But his eldest daughter Beatrice actually graduated with honors, summa cum laude. So he is very, very proud of his daughter, and yeah, very, very, very proud. Now we have Beatrice standing out here. Her and Krista just graduated college. So they're standing out here waiting to be told what to do. So let's actually get into it. So after Charlotte and her uncle David died, they went on a vacation together. This vacation was supposed to be for the whole family, for her, for her sister, for her dad, and for her mom. And unfortunately, her mom couldn't go with them because she passed away from the plague. So, unfortunately, they had her in their hearts when they went, but that was a that was a sad time. But during the vacation, though, she actually met Krista Midlock and actually fell in love with Krista. So she had her first kiss with her and all that. Went on a dream date while they were gone on this vacation, made out with her, fell in love with her, and asked her to go steady. And Krista said yes. And then she came back home from a Far East vacation. So she is actually from Take Mizzou Village, Krista is, and she met her while she was there. And it was a really sad time for Beatrice to have to come back home and leave her girlfriend and Take Mizzou Village. They had long distance phone calls, they missed each other. It was really, really a hard time. But when Krista actually became an adult, she actually moved where Beatrice is, and now they're living together. So everything should be better now. She maxed the cooking skill point. She learned a new greeting. Her uncle got married. She was happy that her cousin Michael went to college. So her and Michael are really, really close because they both lost their parents, or she lost her mom and he lost his parents. So they share the same sorrows when it comes to that. She maxed enthusiasm in cuisine. Interesting, but hers is science, not cuisine. And as you can tell, cuisine went down to 3, so that was a long time ago that happened, it looked like. So she's happy about her cousins growing up. She said that her uncle actually broke up the wedding that he was in. Daphne was an overachiever, her cousin Daphne, and Michael graduated college as well. So she actually won a couple of scholarships, moved out herself, and went to college herself. And when she did, she was very happy to see Krista there. They went to the exact same college together. So, of course, they had their very first woohoo together when they were there together. Then she asked Krista to marry her in their sophomore year. It was very, very quick. She's very, very happy to be with Krista. She loves her. So they completed their years together in college, she earned 5,000 simoleons, and finally she graduated with honors, summa cum laude. Tori graduated and Tony graduated as well. And now she has a job and she is currently in the military career. And she wants to gain a skill point, so it looks like we will get our mechanical skill up for the military career. But she's a level 3 right now, and she's very happy to be here. And same with Krista. She looks very, very happy to be here as well. She wants to give a back rub to Beatrice and reach cooking level 1. But she is currently in the medicine career herself, and that's one of her dreams is to reach the top of the medicine career. So hopefully we can do that for Krista. We shall see. But anyways, yeah, she kissed Beatrice for the first time, went steady with her, had her first woohoo, got engaged. She actually learned the sociology skill and maxed the body skill point as well. I think she did that. I don't remember how she did that. But anyway, she moved out and now she has a job in the medicine career. So that's where we're at with Krista. And they're ready to start their lives together and possibly get married and, just be happy together. Now, Charlotte here. Let's take a look at Charlotte, shall we? So, I think the last time you seen Charlotte is when she was a toddler, I'm pretty sure. So, anyways, yeah, her very first death was of her grandpa Peter, but her first death that she could maybe remember, she hardly remembers her mom. She was a toddler when that happened, so that was very, very sad. Um, and her uncle David passed away um around the same time. So she was a toddler when they both died. So she doesn't have like strong sentiments to them. So she hardly remembers them, but she does miss the experience of not having a mom growing up. So that's very sad. Um she went on the Far East vacation with her sister. And her dad. And while she was there, she had a great time. She learned local greeting and went on tour, things like that. She was just a child then, but she had a fun time in Take Mizzou Village. When she came back, she learned sociology and maxed the body skill point by jump roping. So there's that. Um, she has memories of her cousins living their lives, Michael going to college, and things like that. She learned to study from Remington, and then she learned a new greeting, and, Ryan broke up and things like that. She has memories of all her cousins doing well. And then she had her very first kiss with Cornelia Newson. And fell in love with him and actually made out with him. She actually went on a date with Cornelian, so she thought he was pretty cute. She liked him and wanted to give it a go. But Cornelian is just a little bit older than him. He is currently in college right now, and she is still a teenager. So he's just a little bit older. It looks like she's actually gonna go to college this rotation, so she's about to leave for college soon. But yeah, she actually snuck out with Angel Gavigan, and I believe her and Angel are really good friends as well. She got rejected from private school because they didn't have funds at the time. And then she got a tray dropped on her when she had another dream date with Cornelian, and all her family has graduated college. So yeah, her and Cornelian actually have been going on dates and stuff when they were children. But anyway, yeah, other than that, I don't think we have anybody. Miles Picasso is a little too young for you. You can't be with Miles. You're about to go to college anyway, so. But yeah, she dated Cornelian, but she doesn't have like somebody that she could actually commit to because Cornelian's actually committing himself to Liviana, if y'all remember. So, yeah. And also, they have a cat named Grandy. I forgot little Grandy here. Grandy is actually Beatrice's cat. Uh, yeah, Remington got Beatrice Grandy right after their mom passed away. So it's just he's he's here to help Beatrice feel better and stuff about not having her mom and stuff. So yeah, I forgot about Grandy here. But anyways, yeah, this has been the Jones household, and let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the Larson household, where we have Skip Broke, Mikey Goth, Skylar Goth, Susanna Broke, Riker Goth, Zoe Goth, and the dog Dottie. So we have a full house now since y'all have been here. Say what? Say what? Anyways, let me tell you all about what's happened and why he has a bunch of kids now. Skip has a lot of kids now, and he's an elder too. So, and as you can tell, his name changed. Skip Broke the Warlock. So, things have changed for Skip, and I'm going to tell you all about it. So, with Skip here, poor baby, like, I can't believe. Ah, if you just believe. Right. So as you know, he got saved from death and by the plague and changed his aspiration. So he used to be a romantic sim and now he is a knowledge sim. So yeah. He has memories of his family living their life. His mom died shortly after that. He learned couples counseling, so he learned how to um ultimately be with somebody. He's tired of the be with a different woman every night type of gig. He's ready to commit to somebody. He really wanted to find somebody to share his life with. So, anyways, yeah, he spent time with Brittany up until this point. He thought he and Brittany could actually be together. He actually fell in love with Mina not as well because that was his fling going on. But he actually went on a dream date with Brittany and he was hoping that they could be together. She actually moved in with him, and he lost his dog Baby, so that was his mom's dog. So he lost Baby, which was very very sad. But anyways, yeah, he maxed the creativity skill point, and then he had Susanna at that point. So he and um he and Brittany actually have Susanna here and he was very happy about that. He actually thought he and Brittany were going to end up together with their daughter and things like that. He actually felt good about it up until Tandy showed up, and actually fought Skip for Brittany's affection. And Brittany, she was with Tandy at some point, then decided she didn't want to be with Tandy, and then changed her mind again and wanted to get back with Tandy. So, my gosh, she couldn't make up her mind. But anyways, he lost a fight with Tandy. Tandy is his enemy, and then he got fired. So he was having bad luck after bad luck after bad luck. He lost his girlfriend. He lost his job. He got into another fight with Tandy, and you know what? He let her go. He's like, if you don't want to be with me anymore, that's fine. But my daughter Susanna is staying with me. If you want to go with Tandy, you go live with Tandy. But Susanna's staying here. And it was with the help of his stepdad Jason, how Susanna got to stay with her dad rather than move away with her Bob. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, this poor man has went through the ringer up until that point. Uh, but anyways, he actually found Audrey, and at this time, Audrey also was dealing with some loss. So, he talked with Audrey, and they decided that they liked each other. They were attracted to each other. She was a widow. He just got broken up with and lost his job, so he was dealing with a couple things. And he has a child. She has 4 children of her own. So they decided to come together and try to be together. And I thought that was so sweet. So he kissed Audrey for the first time. And he actually thought that they were going to be together. So He taught Susanna to walk during this time, and he decided to go on a date with Audrey. He made out with her, fell in love with her, and got into another dream date. He did a public woohoo with Audrey. Yeah, they've been having the time of their life together. And then he finally got a job in the science career. He decided, you know what? If I really am serious about this woman, I need to get a job. So he did. He was working really, really hard, trying to impress Audrey and show that he cares for her and her children. So, yeah, he woohooed with her, and he was very, very happy that he could do that and be with her. But unfortunately, this game hates Skip. Unfortunately, Audrey passed away and died, and she is no longer a part of his life anymore, and she's gone. And everything that he's done, um, he felt like it was for naught. He just like, I can't even catch a break. Like, I thought that Audrey was going to be the one, he said. He was like, he was very excited to be with her, and she died. So there's that. While his daughter was a toddler, she died. So sad, so sad. I'm so sorry, Skip. If he becomes a villain, I don't see um I would understand it because this game hates him. But anyways, after he got wind of that and hearing that both Gunnar and Audrey passed away, they left their 4 children orphaned. And during this time, the teenagers here, Mikey and Skylar, they were like 2 days away from turning into a teenager as well when she died, and it was so close. And she ended up dying from, get this, sickness. Like, she was sick, and she had twins to take care of again, and she was alone with 4 children, juggling and trying to take care of the twins and stuff. Well, what happens is if your sim is sick for so long and they don't get rest, your sim could actually die of sickness. So she actually died in the nursery when Riker and Zoe were babies or toddlers. I can't remember. They were young. They were really, really young when she died. And it was so sad. It was so, so sad. I was saddened. Like, they lost both their parents at a young age, all 4 of these kids. But anyways, after that, he got wind of that. And also their dad Gunner, he actually was trying to fix a TV, and it electrocuted him and killed him. With no warning, with no chance of redemption. He just got electrocuted and died from it. So Gunner, that's how Gunner died. I think he died while Audrey was pregnant, honestly. Ah! So, yeah, they were really, really young when their parents passed away. And Skip, being in love with Audrey and seeing that the kids were about to be orphans, he decided that, you know what, he's going to go in and try to adopt these children. So he did. He actually adopted Skylar, he adopted Mikey, he adopted Zoe, and he adopted Riker. So he adopted all 4 of the kids and decided to raise them as his own. And that's how he feels he could honor Audrey. And now doing this, though, they are no longer associated with the Burbs or the Goth side of the families. So that's how Mikey got to kiss Eloise, even though they're really cousins. But yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on these 4 and try to pair them up with people who are not related to them. So hopefully we can do that. But yeah. And then during this time, during this heavy time after Audrey passed away, his stepdad Jason died and left him with the house and everything. And he said, son, you could do this. Good luck. I believe in you. Everything's going to be okay. You got this. So he was dealing with losing his stepfather. And yeah, he just had a hard life, honestly. He maxed the mechanical skill point, the charisma skill point, and then he actually quit his job because he has some kids to take care of, you know? So he was just like, I can't have this career right now. I just can't. And plus he only got it for Audrey anyway to impress her. And he's like, I just don't need it anymore. I mean, they're swimming in cash thanks to Jason. So he's just like, we don't even need it. I don't need a job. We got plenty of money. I can do this. So anyway, he quit his job. He learned anger management and he taught Susanna how to study. As you know, like he already has a daughter and he's already adopting 4 children as well. So he's juggling taking care of his kid in the middle of adopting all of Audrey's children. But yeah, Susanna actually got an A plus. He taught Zoe to talk, got Riker, potty trained Riker, and taught Riker to talk. And yeah, okay, yeah, they were toddlers when Audrey died. Yeah, they were toddlers. And because Zoe already learned how to walk and potty train by that point, and Riker was still needing to learn how to talk and potty train. So yeah, they grew up together as well during that time. And then he's proud that his nephew graduated college. He actually fell in love with a girl named Whitney as well. And then he became a warlock because he had that want. And I was like, you know what? If he was to become like an evil witch, he could do that. He could become a warlock if he wants to because this is crazy. He's lived a crazy life anyway. So I let him be a warlock and whatnot. So that's that on him. Um, all the children in the house actually got into private school, so he's proud. He taught Riker to study. He taught Zoe to study. Um, he grew up well. Susanna grew up well. Skylar was an overachiever. And he had a great birthday party. And Hazel graduated from college. So woo, that was a lot for Skip Broke, but I tried so hard, so hard because Skip has always been one of my favorites since he's grown up and stuff. So I was just like, I was trying so hard for you, Skip, and the game just doesn't like you, doesn't want you to have what I wanted to give you. So, oh, that's crazy. Anyways, let's actually talk about Susanna next because Susanna is his daughter. And as you could tell, she looks a lot like her dad and a little bit of mix of her mom as well. But she looks a lot like her dad with the black hair and whatnot. So I think she's very, very pretty. She actually wants to go out with Chase and whatnot. Do you have a crush on him, maybe? Uh, no, I don't see that, but I do see that you have a crush on Ethan. But I think Ethan is trying to get with Delilah, I'm pretty sure. So you can't be with Ethan, honey. That's not who you're going to be with. Sorry, honey. Anyway, so let's actually get to it and see what she's about. So, her earliest memory, she actually learned how to talk from Brittany. So Brittany actually didn't move out until she was a toddler. So she actually learned how to talk from Brittany. She learned how to walk from Skip, and Tiffany was born. And Tiffany is actually Brittany's daughter from Tandy. So, yeah. Anyway, that's when Jessica and Matthew Picasso died, which is Brittany's parents. So her grandparents passed away shortly after that. Um, yeah, her cousin went to college. She learned to potty train by Skip. And then her grandpa, Jason, died. So that was pretty sad for her. She learned to study from Skip, and she actually found a magical lamp as well at a young age. So there's that. Let's see. She actually got into private school, learned how to slap dance, and learned a few greetings. And she's here now, and she has memories of everybody aging up as well. So yeah, she has a lot of memories of her family aging up and living their life. But she currently wants to go out with Chance and sneak out with him, but she doesn't have any bolts with him. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe their minds could be changed. Who knows? Anyways, let's go over here to Mikey here. Mikey. Oh my gosh. I think Mikey is kind of confused, okay? Like he's like, you know what, I'm part of the broke household. I'm not related to any of them because he lost his parents at a young age. Of course, he and his twin sister remember their mom very much. I'm pretty sure they remember their dad too. They were young when their dad passed away, but they were a little older, like a few days away from being a teenager when their mom passed away. So I'm pretty sure he remembers his mom, but all the memories that they had before they got adopted was is gone. So yeah, they erased all the memories of his parents and what happened beforehand. So yeah. Anyway, that's so sad. He actually won a fight with Tammy. So Tammy's been fighting everybody in this neighborhood. He got into private school and then he had his very first kiss with Rebecca London. Yeah, he is a romance sim, so of course he's gonna go around and try to, get with many different girls. So, anyways, yeah, he kissed her, made out with her, and had his very first woohoo with Rebecca already. So that happened for Mikey, and then he kissed his cousin Eloise for the first time and fell in love with her. So I'm gonna try to keep him away from Eloise, even though he wants to spend time with her. Look, she's your cousin. You don't need to do that. I know you are like confused and things like that, and don't know who who is a part of your family or whatnot. But listen, dude, you don't need to get with Eloise. She's your cousin. That's a no-no. Anyways, we're gonna move on to Skylar here. She actually wants to go out with Orlando. Let's take a look at Orlando. She has one bolt with Orlando. I mean, that could be cute. Who knows? But anyways, yeah, she has a memory of Jason dying. She actually taught Zoe a nursery rhyme, so she spent time with her little sister, singing a nursery rhyme with her and all that good stuff. Um, yeah, she's happy about her family. Like she considers the broke side, like whoever's related to Skip, she considers them as family as well. So she has memories of the family as well. She actually got a job in oceanography and got into private school. She got a couple promotions and became an overachiever, and she reached the top of the oceanography career. So that is her life right now. She currently has one boat with this guy named Orlando Santowski. So I don't know if it will go anywhere for Skylar since it's only one boat, but she does want to go out with him, so it should be fun. And as you can tell, she is a fortune sim, so she's different than Mikey here. We're coming over here to Riker. He has 3 days until he becomes a teenager as well. So yeah, but anyways, this is Riker, and yeah, he learned to potty train and learned to talk from Skip. He learned to study from Skip, and that's pretty much it. He's friends with Tovin and Chance and Pearl, so hopefully when he grows up, maybe he and Pearl could get together. That would be really, really cute. I think he is just maybe just a little bit younger, but he's not too young. So I think it makes sense that he's friends with these teenagers here. And as for Zoe here, she really wants to be friends with Ishan. So yeah, let's hope that Zoe could get close with him, and maybe her and Zoe and Ishan could be together. I'll see. But yeah, she also has memories of the broke family. You know, living their life and doing things. And she learned to study from Skip as well. And she's proud of her older sister and whatnot. And yeah, so. Also, the 4 children also see Susanna as a sister as well. So there's no chance that Mikey would try to get with Susanna or anything. So that's a good thing. But yeah, this has been the broke household. Oh, that's a lot. And oh my goodness. This has been the broke household, and let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the London household where we have Ginger London, Randy London, Ginger Gothier, Grant Gothier, and Rebecca London. So, what has happened? Let's take a look here. So, let's scroll down until we get to a good point here. So I think the last time you know of Rebecca is when she was little, like a little bitty baby. So Rebecca has grown up to a teenager at this point, and she is gonna go to college in this rotation, it looks like. So she's gonna be out of here very, very soon. Anyways, Ginger London, she actually uh taught Rebecca how to study. She learned fire safety. She was proud that her daughter Romy was an overachiever. She actually earned 25,000 simoleons at some point. She learned couples counseling. She learned about lifelong happiness. Is proud that Gigi got into private school. Got demoted, but she did reach her platinum lifetime aspiration, and she's actually a secondary popularity sim. So that's that. She's been getting promotion. She learned a local greeting. Garnet was an overachiever, so that is her nephew as well. She learned another local greeting and she got her lifetime wish completed as well. She actually reached golden anniversary with her husband, Randy London. So she actually got her dream, so she was very happy about that. Gabrielle was also an overachiever. Her daughter, Gabrielle, was an overachiever twice, it looks like. Ruby, which is her niece, also became an overachiever. Yeah, so we got Richie got engaged. Everybody's graduating college and moving back into Pleasantview. She just has a lot of memories of her family. She maximized the creativity skill. Flint was an overachiever as well, which is her nephew. And then she has a new grandchild from Richie, and her name is Nefel. So I think that's how we say her name. Let me double check that. All right, and she met her new grandchild, Nephili. So Nephili Audimus was uh being adopted by Michael and her son Richie. So, yeah, she has a grandchild now and she is very, very happy about that. And yeah, she's also happy that he joined union with Michael, so she was happy. And Gigi also got married, so she's just a very happy old lady, seeing that her children are being fulfilled in that way and having children and whatnot. Here upstairs, we have Randy London, and I don't know if y'all were here before I upgraded this house, but we have these bedrooms over here, and I actually added an upstairs and gave them a big living room and two more bedrooms upstairs, so there could be plenty of room for my Sims. But anyway, yeah. So Randy London, what has happened with um him since having all his children. So he was actually saved from the plague as well and changed his aspiration, and his aspiration ended up being a family sim. So he taught Rebecca to walk, he maximized the mechanical skill point. All his children got into private school. He learned about fire safety. He got promoted. He learned about couples counseling. Then Gigi went to college. And he also got his lifetime aspiration as well, reached golden anniversary, and therefore got his lifetime platinum as well. And he is a secondary pleasure sim. But yeah, there's that. Gabrielle was an overachiever. He's very proud of his daughter. Um, Richie graduated with honors, summa cum laude, so he's very proud of his son. And Gigi graduated as well. Um, yeah, he got super excited when his daughter Gigi got engaged. So he's like, wow, my daughter got engaged. And then she got married. And then his other son, Richie, got married as well. And he's very happy to be a grandpa to a little girl. So, yeah. hopefully, have they met their grandchild? I don't think they have. Hopefully, we can invite these two over so that they could actually meet their grandchild, you know? Like, actually hold her and things like that, because I really want them to. Yeah, she's close with Richie, so yeah. I really want y'all to get close with your grandchild. I think that'd be fun. Here over here we have Gigi Gothier. So Gigi is here now. So let's take a look and see what's been happening with Gigi. So Gigi is one of the eldest twins from the household. So she is actually the baby. If you do not know, in the video of changing the baby's clothes, she's actually one of the babies who's now an adult who's married. So, yep, this is her. This is Gigi. Um, she actually got a couple of scholars grants since then and whatnot. Learned lifelong happiness in her youth. And I think she met Grant Gothier when they were teenagers. So she actually really liked Grant, and they had 3 bolts. So as you could tell, she really likes him. So yeah, they went to college together, and yeah, there's that. They went to college together and started living together, and they actually had their first woohoo together, and they I was half expecting her and Grant to stray from one another during this time, get to know other people and things like that. And it actually kind of did with Gigi. She actually kissed Gabriel Dreamer because they were in the same like dorm, I guess. Uh, but ultimately, I don't think Gigi actually went all the way with another person. I think she just kissed Gabriel just for the hell of it and decided not to do anything with it. So she thought it was harmless. And yeah, that happened. Uh, but yeah. She graduated college shortly after that. Like during this time when she was in college, I had 2 households in La Fiesta Tech because I had a lot of Sims there. And she lived in one of the households that only had like 5 Sims in it, and one of them was Matilda, I believe. I believe she shared with Matilda, Gabriel Dreamer, and her boyfriend Grant, and was it Raven maybe? Who was this? Yeah, I think it was Raven. I think Raven was also there. So I think that was the 5 that was in the household together, just alone. So I think she didn't go too crazy when it came to being with guys because she didn't have a lot of guys. She just had Gabriel and uh, Grant. So anyway, I think that's why she didn't, sleep around or anything. Anywho, she graduated and she maxed the creativity skill point. She did a public woohoo with Grant. I can't remember if it was him or her that wanted to, but one of them wanted to get engaged to the other. So he popped the question and she said yes, even though she has this red buff saying, "Are you sure I should do this?" Because she isn't sure that she should, because I think she feels guilty that she actually kissed Gabriel. So she's over here like, I don't know if I should actually be with him like that because I did technically kiss another guy while I was in college. So I don't know. But I think she's started to feel guilty, and I think that's why her getting married to Grant is in the red. But they have 3 bolts together, so they are like a match made in heaven, honestly. During this time, she actually reached her platinum lifetime aspiration, and let's actually go ahead and fill this out for her. And she's a secondary pleasure sim as well, so there's that. She actually swam in the ocean, learned a new massage, learned a fire dance, and came back from an island vacation, and I believe that was their honeymoon, her and Grant. So they had an island honeymoon vacation. Um, she's very happy that her family is living their life, getting married and doing things for them and graduating college and stuff. And she learned 2 extra gradings as well while being here. So yeah, her and Grant are married and whatnot, and awaiting the time uh where possibly they could have a baby. I mean, I don't know if they will, but it would be nice, I think. Anywho, yeah, so let's take a look at Grant here. So Grant's first kiss was with Gigi. He made out with her, fell in love with her, went to college with her, did their first woohoo together, and then he graduated college. He got a job after college in the entertainment career. He's a level 5 ventriloquist at the moment, so that's pretty good. He earned 5,000 simoleons, did a public woohoo with Gigi. He also is in the red. I think it's because he may um know about Gigi and her, you know, her little kiss she shared with Gabriel, because I think she came clean to him at some point. But they have 3 chemistry bolts and are really in love with each other. So he decided to forgive her. And I think it's in the red because he's just like, what if this happens again? Like, what do I do with myself? I don't know. But he also has the want to talk to Sunny too. So I don't know. But he finds a couple of women attractive here. So hopefully he doesn't cheat, but I don't foresee him doing that because I don't think he ever has. But yeah, he got married to her, went on an island vacation, and he got shocked for trying to fix a TV. So he said he was lucky to be alive. Yes, sir, you are. You are very lucky to be alive, Grant. But anywho, yeah, so yeah, he is here and he is married to Gigi, and they are ready to start their life together. Hopefully that they could have a baby at some point, hopefully. He's been wanting to woohoo and things like that. And he's been wanting to get to know his parent-in-laws. So he wanted to be best friends with Ginger, and now he wants to be BFFs with Randy. So he's been getting along with her parents and is very happy to be here with them at this point in time. And then we have Rebecca, the youngest of the London clan. So let's actually take a look here and see what she's been up to, shall we? So she learned all of her toddler stuff, learned to study from Ginger. Romy was an overachiever. She got into private school, and Gigi went to college at this point in time, and she had her very first kiss with Sylvester Goth. And I thought that if Casper didn't have a matriarch, that Sylvester and Rebecca could be the matriarch and patriarch of the Goth household. But it didn't work out that way because Casper is with Donatella. So I'm trying to figure out if I want them to actually live in the Goth household together, or if it'll just be them two and they are forced to have babies until they have a boy. I don't know what I want to do yet. But anyways, uh she fell in love with Sylvester, had her very first woohoo with him, and yeah, she's just very happy with uh being with Sylvester. But during this time, she actually made out with Gregory, fell in love with him, and did woohoo with Gregory as well. So, she's been kind of seeing other people on the side at the same time. She did a public woohoo with Sylvester as well. She made out with him, and she kissed Mikey for the first time and did the woohoo with Mikey as well. So this girl is only a teenager, but yet she has been with 3 guys already. She needs to slow down just a little bit. Like, she's like some hot stuff, all these guys just like Rebecca. She's just very attractive and everybody likes her. She's got 2 bolts with him, 2 bolts with him. And I'm pretty sure she had a couple of bolts with Gregory as well. But yeah. Yeah, she's been living it up in her teenage life. She hasn't even went to college yet, so this makes me nervous. Like, when she goes to college, how much more conquest is she gonna have? But anyway, she learned about lifelong happiness and happy about her family, living their lives and growing up and graduating college and getting married and things like that. So, yeah. Um, yeah, this is the London household in a nutshell. And as you could tell, she is 71 days old. It looks like Ginger and Randy are going to pass away very, very shortly. I think they're going to lose. I think she may lose her parents before she actually goes to college, honestly. That's how old Ginger and Randy are. But anyways, yep, this has been the London household, and let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the Lothario household, where we have Marielle, Celestia, and Romy London. So Celestia Goth, Romy London, and Marielle Guy, maybe is how you say her last name. I'm not quite sure how to say her last name. But anyways, yes, this is the old Lothario household. And as you can quite possibly tell, I still kept the decorations of when um, Nina, Donatella, and Dawn were still alive. So it still looks kind of the same. But I want to transform this place into like a party place for my Sims because I have an abundance of romance Sims and single Sims and things like that. So I need like a little party house to put them all in because they all probably will not get married unless they want to. So Miss Romy London here wants to get married to somebody rich, and I actually have a rich sim in mind. Hopefully we can meet him. We've seen him a couple of times, but I hope she finds him attractive and uh, she becomes rich that way, and we can move him into Pleasantview and get one of those rich houses. But that's what I'm hoping for Romy. But anyways, yes, let's actually talk about this instead of rambling on with my hopes and dreams. So with Marielle here. She is currently pregnant right now, if you may or may not know. Yeah, but she's currently pregnant right now and she's in bed. She's sleeping off some exhaustion that she's feeling. As you can quite possibly tell, she wants to woohoo with 20 different Sims. Excuse me. And woohoo in the hot tub. So, yeah, she wants to become a professional party guest. She's on her way. She's a level 8 slacker career. So she works from 2 to 7. And let me tell you, this woman right here does not, and I repeat, does not use protection at all when it comes to uh woohooing all these men because she's been getting pregnant left and right. She's been having babies. So who is Marielle and do y'all remember her? Well, Marielle is from college. This is the girl that Bodhi decided to try to have a thing with. And of course, when she moved in with him after they graduated college, I found out she was a romance sim. So unfortunately, that didn't happen because obviously she's here and he's in his own house. But yeah, she graduated college and then immediately got a job in the slacker career. She actually cheated on Bodhi and kissed Phoenix and did woohoo with Phoenix. Um, and yeah, that happened. Well, right after she did woohoo with Phoenix, she actually had Delilah. So yeah, she actually cheated on Bodhi with Phoenix. That's the first man she cheated on him with. And yeah, in the middle of it all, she was learning about lifelong happiness because she was starting to feel bad because she actually fought Sophie for not being able to choose between Joel and Bodhi. And Marielle was like, "Well, you're a bitch because you can't choose." Well, now she has done the exact same thing. She's cheated on Bodhi too. So poor Bodhi, y'all. I just felt so bad for him. And I really wanted him to have a happily ever after because I feel like he deserves to be chosen, and instead of being used. And every woman he's been with so far has used him. But anyways, yeah, she actually got pregnant from that encounter with Phoenix and had Delilah. And you may or may not remember Phoenix Peterson. He is the husband of Gabriella Peterson, who he actually drowned for insurance money. So Phoenix is actually a murderer, and she slept with him and ended up getting pregnant with Delilah. Now, she put up Delilah for adoption, and Delilah is actually adopted by the Dreamers. So, yep, that's her daughter that she had with Phoenix. So, there's that. Um, and now it's gonna show Bodhi's, but they've already woohooed before and all that. But she did woohoo with Bodhi and try to get their relationship up. It was funny though, because when she was pregnant with Delilah, she tried to keep that a secret from Bodhi, right? So she was like, yeah, I'm not pregnant and I'm not going to share this with my boyfriend because I don't want to, appear as a person that I'm being. So she kept Delilah a secret. And then when she went to the hospital, she went by herself. She didn't tell Bodhi about it. Bodhi was busy with his career anyway. I think Bodhi is in the politics, I believe. But yeah, Bodhi was busy with his career anyway, and he wasn't really noticing Marielle's, belly getting bigger or whatever. And if he did, she made up some excuse like, "Oh yeah, appears I'm eating a lot more." She's just, I don't know. She made an excuse, and he didn't believe that she was pregnant at all because there was no baby after the math. But anyway, yeah, she had the baby by herself. Well, I believe Bodhi was at work when she had the baby, and she immediately gave this child up for adoption. But yeah, during that time though, she had Phoenix over for some reason, and they were doing their thing, so she frequently saw Phoenix. I think she really liked him, but yeah, Bodhi caught her then. He was like, "What are you doing?" And during this time, let me tell you, during this time, I believe Marielle was pregnant with his child, and he knew that Marielle was pregnant then. So Marielle was like, "Oh no, I got caught while I'm pregnant with his baby." So her and Bodhi lost each other as best friends. He's like, "You're pregnant with my child. Me and you are about to have a family together, and you're going to go and you're going to do this stuff." So she messed up a lot, but she did get a promotion and earn 5,000 simoleons. And then she had Ishan. Ishan is their son, Bodhi and Marielle's son together. So they do have a son, and Bodhi did keep him. Marielle, however, said adios shortly after having Ishan, and didn't really want to be the mother. She just wanted to leave. She didn't want to stay. So she moved on to a guy named Taylor, fell in love with him, made out, and did the woohoo with him. And then she met a guy named Christian, Christian McGool, and woohooed him as well. And then she finally moved out and moved into her own place here in the Lothario household. Yeah, when she moved in when Nina was still alive, and she was like an older lady. She's needing help. And Marielle was like, "Damn, I just got kicked out of the house with Bodhi because Bodhi didn't want to see her anymore." So she was forced to move out. And she was like, "You know what? This old lady needs help." She's seen the help signs because Donatella is busy with the Goth household. So she moved in with Nina and took care of her until Nina died. And yeah, they had a decent relationship, I believe. And yeah, she was just grateful that Nina actually gave Marielle a place to live. And so this is Marielle's spot, which is going to turn into a party house for all my singles, which is nice. And then she had Desiree. Now, Desiree, I believe, is a product of her and Christian McGill here. So she put Desiree up for adoption immediately. Look how cute Desiree is. She's so pretty. Anyway, Desiree Dreamer was also adopted by the same family, by Magdalene and Dominique. So their daughters are Delilah and Desiree. And yep, that's where her two daughters who went. Then she went on and did what most romance sims do. She woohooed with Leo. She did woohoo with Taylor again. She woohooed with Mitch. She woohooed with none other than Ryan Autumnus. So yep, she's out here just woohooing, guys. She actually woohooed with her maid here, Remington Harris. So she actually woohooed with him. And then she had her next child, Nephili. And she's not the product of Ryan. I believe she may be the product of Remington and her together. And they had Nephili. So, yeah, Nephili is actually adopted by someone else. And I was super excited to have this couple to have children together. But yeah, Nephili is actually the daughter of Michael Audimus and Richie Audimus now. So I can't wait to share more about what happened with them. But anyways, yeah, she put Nephili up for adoption and they adopted her. Um, she again woohooed with Trevor. She woohooed with another Trevor. She kissed and made out with this Trevor. Did woohoo with Eamon and then got rejected with a woohoo with Bill. So she's currently pregnant again, and I don't know which person is the baby daddy of this one, but yeah. Let's see, how far along is she? She is 73 hours and one baby is expected. Trevor Adams. Trevor Adams. Thank you. That's who this man right here, this blonde dude, is the father of this baby. So yeah, she woohooed while pregnant, but yeah, Trevor Adams is the father of this baby she's carrying. And I will say that Marielle makes some cute children. I will say she really does. She makes some really cute kids. But anyways, yep, she's pregnant with her fourth, and she's planning on putting this baby up for adoption. And I plan on giving this baby to Michael and Richie, so that Nephili can have a younger sibling as well. And I'm trying to keep them in the family so I don't have her children spread out among different families and risk siblings getting with siblings. So I'm trying to keep them in the family, but yeah, so 2 went to the Dreamer household and 2 is going to the Audimus household. And so yeah, she's been making babies for our LGBTQ Sims here so that they can have a family. So I think that's really sweet. I like it sometimes when my Sims are romance Sims and they have babies because it gives my other Sims a chance to adopt them. So I think it's really neat. But anyways, yeah, there's Marielle and her her life so far. So oh, also, if you may or may not know, she is not involved in her son's life. She barely knows her son, which is so sad. That is she doesn't want anything to do with him. And that I just oh man. Bodhi has been such a good single father too, but man, that breaks my heart that she don't want nothing to do with her son. So he literally is growing up without her, and I don't think she can give 2 licks because she's out here having babies with random men. So, anyways, that's Marielle. And we're going to move on to Celestia Goth. Now, Celestia Goth wants to go out on a date, so we'll go ahead and save that. She currently wants to become a video game designer, but she got a job in the architecture career because that's what she wanted to do with her life so far right now. But anyways, let's talk about Celestia and figure out why she's here when she's not a romance sim. Well, I have no place to put Celestia. I could have put her back in the goth household, but then I was like, I don't really want to do that, not really. But upon thinking about it for Celestia, I'm thinking about giving her some money and moving her out anyway, giving her her own place because she is a goth. She isn't supposed to be seen meandering around with all these other Sims and whatnot. She's supposed to be, in the rich part of town with the Goths, and I feel like the Goths would actually take care of their children in that way. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with Celestia, but I have plans for her, and if it works out, oh, I can't wait to share them in the next overview. But yeah, I have plans for her. Anywho, yeah, let's actually talk about what Celestia has been going through in her life here. Oh my gosh, Desmond died. I can't believe that. I feel so bad about that. Anyway, let's move on here. She got fined. I guess the emergency numbers aren't anything to fool with. That sure wasn't cheap, she said. Okay, well, there was a fire and she called the fire department. So, and it looks like the fire went out before they showed up and they fined her for quote unquote wasting their time when she really didn't. But that's okay. We could say that she was messing around and being a hoodlum as a child and causing mischief and things like that. So we could just say something like that happened. That would be fun. But yeah, she learned a new greeting. Her uncle died. She won some SimSolid grant. She got a promotion with the law enforcement. Funny enough, that's the job that she chose to be in. But she didn't like reach the top of it because she wanted to get this job at the end of her teenage lifespan. So, yeah, she wasn't able to become an overachiever, but she did earn a couple of scholarships before she actually went to college here. Oh man. Well, anyways, she went to college. She was happy that her older brother Casper, graduated, and she kissed Gage for the first time, and she had her very first woohoo with Gage London. And as you may or may not know, Gage London was woohooing a bunch of girls in the college, so she was one of them. She lived with them. They wanted to have some fun. She wanted to lose her V card, so she did. And yeah, that happened. She was happy that her younger sister Liviana was an overachiever, and she's happy that her brother got married. She made out with Gage. She actually fell in love with this Gage guy, and then she graduated herself and got herself a job in the architecture career. And she's starting from level 1, despite her last name being Goth. Oh, that's crazy. But the other thing that's really crazy is that she's got 2 bolts with Derek broke right now. And I really want her to try to go out on a date with Derek. I think that would be fun. That's my plan. So I'm saving this and we're going to try to go out on a date with Derek and have a good time with him and maybe catch up because her and Derek were going to be together, but they only had like 1 bolt as a teenager. So that didn't work out. But I really want her and Derek to hook up. I think that would be fun despite, Derek being with Emma, not Emma, that's his daughter, with Katie Curtin right now, I still want her to be with him. So, yeah, things have changed in that household. I've actually played a little bit while I'm recording this overview. So, I've already done his winter rotation, and things have changed in the household for Derek since winter. So, yeah, I think this will be a good time for Celestia. And I just want her to have some fun. She's an alien, so I'm not going to expect her to have a bunch of guys wanting her. Or I could be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, Derek is very much interested in speaking to her again. So she's going to try to go out on a date with him since he's not married or engaged. So free for all, she said. Anyway, we're going to Romy London here. And, she is the adopted daughter of uh, Ginger and Randy London. So there they are. She actually has dreams of becoming a space pirate, but she got a job in the athletic career because that's what she wanted. So right now she's a level 4 starter and she's on her way to doing good with that. So let's talk about Romy here and see what has been going on with her. So yeah, she got a job in the journalism career as a teenager and was an overachiever, so that was really nice for her. She actually got into private school and learned a new greeting. Let's see. Uh, and then she reached the top of the journalism career again. Her younger sister, Gabrielle, was an overachiever twice as well, but she actually won 1, 2, 3 scholarships before she actually went to college herself. And while she was in limbo, her family members were, you know, getting engaged, getting married, and things like that, and becoming overachievers and getting an A+ in school and things like that. So yeah. Anyways, she went to college, and this is where she met Chuck Suwankuri. Suwankiri. I'm not sure how to say his last name, but I kind of want to change it to Chuck Swan because I think that would be funny instead of Suwankiri. Anyway, Yeah, she had her very first kiss with Chuck, made out with him, and had her very first woohoo with Chuck. So she kind of was seeing somebody a little bit in college. So she was pretty much living it up and things like that. She was proud of Dakota, Gigi, and Raven graduating college around the same time. Gigi got married, Dakota got married, and Richie got married. So a bunch of family members got married in her family. So she was very happy about that. Then she graduated, and then her cousin Garnet graduated with honors from college. And then, her brother graduated and her cousin Dove graduated, and she's here and she's trying to get a job. So, where is Chuck? Why is Chuck not with her? Well, if you do know that somebody else likes Chuck, and I think we've learned that in the first episode, the last episode of this overview, Chuck is actually with someone else now. So, it was only a fling. She's not in love with Chuck. She understands that it was just a fling. So she actually wants to find somebody that's rich, and I have an idea of who I want her to be with. I don't think she knows the guy yet, so we need to go out and try to find him and meet him. She wasn't attracted to really hardly anybody in the college life. Yeah, there's hardly anybody here that she's attracted to at the moment. But, yeah, she finds Derek to not be attractive at all, and so that makes me happy, so she would never pursue him. But anyways, she does find, Toby Autumnus to be very attractive, but Toby's with somebody else. So, anyway, I want her to find somebody who is rich, and I know a rich Sim, but I hope that her and that man meet in the near future, and they can get together, and she can find her own place and move out as well. But yeah, like I said, this household's going to be a party household for my romance Sims and for my single Sims who have no place to go. So maybe they could become friends and develop a friendship while they're living together and meet somebody new that they never thought they would meet. Because she actually went to um, Academy Latour. She went to La Fiesta Tech. So they went to two different colleges. So yeah, and Marielle's older, so she probably won't connect with them very well, but and also she's out there just woohooing men and things like that. But anyways, yeah, this has been the Lothario household, and let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the Newson household, where we have Carolina Newson, Gavin Newson, Theo Roseland, and Dakota Roseland. So let's actually talk about what's going on in this household. Starting with Carolina, which is Dakota's mother. Let's see what happened here. So, yeah, we know that Carolina has been a part of the dance uh, career for a long time. She's actually a level 9 flamenco master. She's really close to leveling up, too. It's so sad because I really want her to get her body skill up and her creativity skill up so she could reach the top of the career, but I don't think it's going to happen because she hasn't had once to get her skills up, unfortunately. But yeah, she was really close. And of course, we all know that my Sims, if they are a part of the dance career, they're going to go and learn the break dancing because that's something new and special for my dancers here in Pleasantview. So she learned how to break dance. Um, she went on an island vacation with her family at some point. Oh, excuse me. There was a burglar. She went on a couple dates with Gavin, went on another vacation with her family, which this time it was at the Far East vacation. Had a great time there. Again, went on dates with Gavin, got promotions, earned some money, and she cheated death. So y'all remember that when the plague happened, she was one of the Sims that was affected by it. She lived thanks to Gavin, and her aspiration changed to romance. So I was like, oh, great. Anywho, she got a promotion, learned about sociology, so she could definitely max out her body skill point. Quite obviously, she could if she would do something that requires body skill. But she learned lifelong happiness and couples counseling, so she learned a lot after that near death experience. She maxed the charisma skill. She burned her plate of spaghetti, and then her daughter Dakota went to college. Now, Dakota, I want to change her makeup because it's driving me nuts. It's really, really driving me nuts. I tried to put contour art on her, and I realized I don't like it anymore. I don't like it. Let's change her appearance. I don't like it. It's bugging me. Anyway, so yeah. She yeah, her daughter went to college and then Dakota got engaged. So that's very nice, Dakota. See, Dakota looks fine here, but on the it just bugs me looking at that. It's just I don't know. I feel like in The Sims sometimes I don't like my Sims wearing a lot of makeup. Um I just don't. I thought I would like it, but I do not. I'd rather not have that, you know. I'd rather them just look normal on the thingy, and she looks a lot better in her thing now instead of what she looked like. So, yeah, there we go. Now I'm no longer bugged. Anyway, yeah, then she maxed out her cookie skill and she reached platinum lifetime aspiration, which we need to go ahead and fix this. She learned a new greeting, and then her daughter Dakota graduated, moved back home, and got married. And they earned 50,000 simoleons. And look at that funds. They are rolling in the cash, so they're doing exceptionally well here. Moving on to Gavin Newson. Now, Gavin has been doing nothing really, as you may or may not know. He's a retired city planner. He reached the top of his career and retired shortly after he became an elder. So he's been at home, living his life, doing what he do. He's the one that saved Carolina from the Grim Reaper. But yeah, he was proud that his younger sister Georgia finally got married. And he also reached platinum lifetime aspiration as well. And his secondary is pleasure. So we already have him set up. And then he retired. He's reached the golden years of his life. He actually maxed out the film and literature thing here. So he actually maxed that out at some point. But his hobby is nature. So I should probably dive deep into what his hobby is and have him do that instead of what he's been doing because they got plenty of money. We don't have to worry about it. Anyway, he learned a local greeting and was happy about his family aging up well. Gabrielle was an overachiever. His niece was. He earned 100,000 simoleons at one point. His other niece, Ruby, was an overachiever. Somebody else got engaged. Richie got engaged. And then his daughter and his nieces graduated and all that good stuff. Dakota actually got married. His daughter got married, so he's very proud of that. Richie got married. And so, yeah, what this man's been doing up to this point, he's been writing novels. That's all Gavin wants to do is write novels, write novels, write novels. And that's why we got so much money because not only is he retired and he gets a daily pension check of 657 simoleons, he actually writes novels and gets paid like nearly 5,000 a book. So he pops them out pretty fast. So they got a lot of money, and I think it's time for him to retire his book writing days. He's wrote so many up until this point. Let me take a look here. Read novel. Look, he's written so many novels here. That is a lot of novels. So yeah, he's actually a best-selling author at this point as well. So he's been doing such a great job with that. Then we have Theo Roseland and Theo. Let's talk about him, shall we? So yeah, Theo has been the boyfriend of Dakota ever since they were teenagers. So yeah, he's actually the son of Sid Roseland and Kaylin Langerak. So yeah, he began dating Dakota and been with her ever since. He was happy that his sister went to college and things like that. He actually had his first woohoo with Dakota, and then his dad, Sid, died. He earned money. snuck out with Derek. I think Derek was his childhood friend. Are they still friends? No, he and Derek actually lost touch with each other. That's quite sad. Maybe you should talk to Derek again and try to become friends with him. But he does have new friends. He's actually friends with Noah Gavigan. Um, he's friends with Joel Cook. He's friends with Michael Otimus. He's friends with Simon Gavigan. Yeah, he's got friends. It's just sad that he and Derek lost touch over the years. But that's okay. It's quite funny though because he got busted while he snuck out with Derek when they were teenagers. He actually went to a mountain vacation when he was younger before he actually went to college and had a good time. I believe this vacation was the last vacation he had with his mom before she passed away. But anyway, he earned 2 scholarships and went to college, and that's when his mom died while he was in limbo and he went to college. So while he was here, he was just having a blast, just being in college and just living it up, doing what he do so he can graduate. And he did. He graduated college with flying colors. He had no problems. He had a great graduation party, and then he got a job in the in the criminal career. So yes, Theo is actually a criminal. He's a cat burglar right now. So yeah, he is a criminal. Out of all the jobs he could have had, he wanted to be a criminal, so that's the job he's got. And he's been doing very well in it. He's currently level 7 a cat burglar. So he just needs to get his body and his mechanical skill up, and hopefully we can do that for Theo so that he could try to reach the top of the criminal career because I think that would be fun. Anyway, he did a public woohoo with Dakota, got engaged to her. They finally wanted to pop the question, which was really nice. Had a dream date with her. He was happy his younger sister Olivia graduated, and then he got married to Dakota and was very happy about that. I think that was pretty recent, not too long ago. But anyways, yeah. He got married to his high school sweetheart, got a promotion, earned 10,000 simoleons, and then went on an island vacation with her. So they went on their own private honeymoon and had a great time. He earned some money while he was there. And here we are, just getting ready for a baby that's about to happen because you can quite possibly tell we got a nursery set up over here in this room right here. So we are expecting a baby soon. And yeah, so dun 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 dun, Dakota is actually pregnant. She is pregnant for 16 hours, and the number of babies expected is 2. So she's pregnant with twins right now. She's preparing her life as a mother. So, yes, our young Dakota is having a baby with her husband. It's so exciting. Anyways, yeah, so yeah, she's been with Theo, and it's the only man she's ever been with. She went on a Far East vacation with her family. She actually snuck out with Donatella at some point. Are you still friends? Yeah, she's still friends with Donatella. So her and Donatella didn't really lose touch. They're still quite good friends. But her friends include Elizabeth Gavigan. She's actually friends with Katie Curtin too. So I find that very funny. Well, not funny, but very curious. She's good friends with Donatella, good friends with Serafina Gavigan, and she finds Derek super attractive, but she also finds her husband super attractive. So, yeah, that's that. She's actually friends with Michael Otimus as well, and she kind of lost touch with Richie, but it's probably because they've been busy with their toddler Nephilim, so that's okay. But anyways, yeah, there's that. Let's see. Her very first woohoo was also with Theo. So I believe her and Theo have never been with anybody else but with each other. So that's very sweet. She actually found a magical lamp, learned a new greeting, earned 3 scholarships, and went to college herself. And a bunch of family members aged up as well. She did a public woohoo with her boyfriend and then got engaged with him, and everybody was graduating. So she actually got engaged while she was in college, her senior year, she got engaged to Theo. And Theo is a little older than her, so he's a whole 2 semesters older than her, so that's okay. He's just a little older. But yeah, she actually joined the dance career herself. She wants to have 50 dream dates, just like her husband, Theo here. So we're gonna try to go on thousands of dates with each other and see if we can't have 50 dream dates because they really just want to go on dates with each other. They like dating each other. And despite them just being married, they still want to just go out and date. And I'm scared that they're going to end up having a bunch of kids because of this. But anyways, we'll see what happens. But yeah, she's actually in the dance career, and you know what happens when they reach level 4 of the dance career? They're going to go learn how to break dance. So she actually learned how to break dance because of that. She got married to her high school sweetheart, went on an island vacation. She got a voodoo doll while she was there, maxed the body skill point, and mastered the fire dance. So she's learned a lot of dancing techniques while gone. Her secondary aspiration is also grilled cheese. So that's what she got as her secondary. And yeah, she's very happy that her family has graduated college themselves. So yeah, she is primary pleasure, secondary grilled cheese. So that's that. But yeah, they are currently waiting on her to, you know, grow her belly to grow and for her to give birth to the twins. So that's what we're waiting on. But yeah, this has been the Newson household, and let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the Newson household, where we have Jade Newson, Gallagher Newson, Flint Newson, and Pearl Newson. So let's talk about what's been going on here, shall we? So let's start with Jade here. Jade is actually the woman who came and married Gallagher after he was left at the altar. And I know that's the biggest thing I talk about with Gallagher is him being left at the altar, but I swear I had no inclination that Opal was going to do that to him, and I'm still surprised about that even after all this time. Anyway, continue to move on. She married Gallagher, had her first woohoo with him. And she taught Cornelian and Ruby to talk and potty train. So, like I said, Jade was the mother to them since Opal didn't want to be there. She actually got fired from her career, and she was in the oceanography career. So she tried to work with Gallagher and got fired from it. And I don't think she's had a job since. Yeah, she's been unemployed since then. Anyways, she made out with Gallagher. She learned about fire safety and then had Flint, their eldest son, together. So they have Flint, and she saved Gallagher from the Grim Reaper from the plague. She's like, I don't think so. And honestly, during this whole entire time, I thought Flint was going to be the only child that they were going to have together, but she actually got pregnant again and had Pearl. So they have a son and daughter together, Gallagher and Jade do. So that's really nice. But yeah, she taught Pearl to talk. It taught Pearl to be potty trained. Grew up well, inherited money from Trent when he died. Taught Pearl to study. She maxed tinkering, and tinkering is her hobby. So she's been spending her time doing her hobby since her children have aged up. She maxed the mechanical skill point, and then their dog Go-Go actually passed away, so we don't have little Go-Go anymore. We got an empty food bowl, and all his things are everywhere, but little Go-Go passed away, and that is so sad. Anyways, yeah, that happened. She learned about anger management. There was a small fire. I'm not sure what happened with that fire. We learned couples counseling. Flint was an overachiever, and here we are as an elder. We're getting closer and closer to the end of our life here, and I think Jade is very, very happy. She she's in gold right now, so I think she's very happy. Um, yeah, since she graduated college, she was able to get to, and she's actually primary family, secondary popularity. So, yep, she's just been a stay-at-home mom for most of her life after college. Now, with Gallagher here, he, let's see what happened with him, uh, after everything's said and done, after Gabriella died, there's Jade. Yeah, we've already talked about all that. He taught his kids things. He had Flint, and we thought that was going to be the only one, especially when he almost passed away from the plague. But his life was saved, all thanks to Jade here. And then they had Pearl, so they have a son and daughter together. He actually reached Platinum Lifetime Aspiration. So he is primary fortune, secondary pleasure. So this man is quite happy with his life. Um, and yeah, he taught Flint to study. All his kids, Pearl, Flint, Ruby, Cornelian, and Garnet, all got into private school at some point. He's been getting promotions at his career. He's actually a level 10 of the oceanography career. So he actually reached the top of his career. Right now, he wants to have 6 pets reach the top of career level, which not going to happen. Anyway, we've only had 1 pet, and we're not probably, more than likely, not going to adopt another one. He maxed his body skill point at some point. His family members have been graduating college and becoming overachievers. He maxed his mechanical skill point. He's sad about his dog dying. I believe this fire has something to do with lightning striking the trees, I believe. And yeah, he's just very happy about his family growing up and getting married and graduating college and things like that. So Gallagher is a very happy older man. Moving on to Flint Newson here. So Flint has grown up to be a fortune sim like his dad, and he wants to own 5 top level businesses. I don't think we're going to get there, but since he wants to own a business, I think Flint's going to grow up and try to own a business. And that's going to be so fun because I have no Sims right now who own businesses at all. So, him having a business is going to be so fun. And I wonder what his business is going to be like. I kind of want to do it based off of his hobby, but as you could tell, he doesn't know what he likes. So he needs to go out and explore and figure out what his hobby is so we can figure out what kind of business he wants to run. Anyway, yeah, our little Flint is going to grow up to own a business and things like that. So that's going to be exciting. He learned to study from Gallagher. His family members have gone to college and got married, and he got into private school. Ruby was an overachiever, his older sister, and he actually got a job in the politics career. So he's a level 3 intern right now, and he actually reached the top of his teen career as well. So yeah, so he became an overachiever, was very happy about that, sad about his dog dying, and here we are. He's never had a girlfriend. The person that I wanted him to try to be with, Susanna, he doesn't find her attractive. He doesn't find Lucy attractive. He doesn't find Delilah attractive or Charlotte attractive. Or Angel attractive, and quite honestly, he doesn't really like Angel very much. So I'm over here like, okay, he finds no girls attractive at all. I have a question for you. Maybe are you possibly are you possibly gay? I don't know, but every teenager he's met, he's like, nah. What is he? He likes hard workers and a great cook, and he doesn't like underwear. So he likes hard workers. So I don't know exactly. Um, who he could be with, honestly. But yeah, he's not attracted to anybody. He's just been focusing on his grades and his uh, teen career here. So he's been doing exceptionally well academically. Moving on to Pearl. Pearl actually grew up to be a fortune sim as well. She wants to become a chief of staff. So she wants to be in the medicine career. Currently, she is. She wants to gain her mechanical skill point. So in the near future, I believe she's going to become an overachiever as well. So there's that. Let's actually talk about Pearl here a little bit and see what we got for her. She learned to study from Jade. She's happy about her family graduating, sad about her dog dying. She actually got a job in the gamer career, so that's what she chose first off. and then got fired from the gamer career and then joined the medicine career. And this is where she's at now in the medicine career. And nothing's really happened for her much. she's still fairly new in her teenage years, so but she doesn't have a crush on anybody. She didn't think Miles was cute, unfortunately. But she does want to hang out with Riker, but Riker's kind of younger than her, kind of. I think Riker's about to become a teenager, so he's just a little younger than her, but I think he and her are close to the same age, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to investigate that a little bit, but yeah, she also doesn't have anybody she's interested in at this point, but she's also focusing on her teen career as well. So this has been the Newson household, and let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the Newson family, where we have Garrett Newson, Hope Newson, Christian Newson, Destiny Newson, Chance Newson, Deacon Newson, Justice Newson, Grace Newson, and their dog Jake. It's a huge house. It's pretty full. We got 8 Sims and a dog, so yeah, it's a lot. Anyway, let's actually talk about what's been going on here. So, Garrett here. Let's see everything that's been going on with Garrett here. So, he is a knowledge sim, as you may or may know. He wanted to become a world-class ballet dancer. So, for a while now, ever since he graduated at the top of his class in college, he didn't have any desire to get a career at all. So he actually lived here with no career, nothing like that. He just wanted to stay home and level up his skills. And as you can tell, he still wants to level up all his skills. So that's the big thing that Garrett wants to do, is just level up his skills. But yeah, Gabriella died. He got married to Hope Newson, his childhood sweetheart, and reached platinum lifetime aspiration from that. So he is a primary knowledge, secondary pleasure sim. Um, but yeah, they ended up having twins as their first children, Destiny and Christian, and I believe they're about to go to college themselves. So we're about to say goodbye to Christian and Destiny very, very soon, which is so sad. They're growing up so fast. Yeah, so yeah. I think, when did he adopt Jake, honestly? He adopted Jake before the twins were even born at that point, so yeah. Anyway, he maxed his charisma skill, became best friends with his dog. Uh, his his niece was an overachiever, and then they had a second pair of twins. They had Chance and Deacon, another set. So they had 2 sets of twins filling up this household. So yeah, they're quite honestly upstairs right now. There's Deacon and Chance. And we have Justice in his own room right here. But he has to share space with Grace right now because Grace does not have a room. But the teenagers downstairs are about to go to college themselves. So as soon as they leave for college, I'm going to move Grace and Justice downstairs so they can have a bigger room to themselves. And I'll probably make this room into something else. I'm not sure. Maybe a little office, move that in here, make it a little office for them or something. But yeah, that's the plan, Stan. Grace will have a bedroom at some point, but we're waiting on her uh older siblings to move out and whatnot. So yeah. After that second pair of twins, I was like, good grief, like y'all are just having twins after twins. That's crazy, you know? And so I'm over here, I'm like, okay, so are we gonna have a third set of twins? That didn't happen, no. She just gave birth to Justice. Justice was born by himself. No twin with him, but all her kids got into private school, or all his kids got into private school, so that's nice. And then he maxed his creativity skill, and then they had their last child, Grace, here. And if you may or may not notice, or have noticed, that all the children that they've had is named after virtues. So we got, Christian, Destiny, Chance, Deacon, Justice, and Grace, all after virtues, just like their mom. Their mom's name is Hope. So I wanted to continue down the line. And their grandmother's name is Faith, Faith Goody. If you remember, the Goodies adopted Hope when they were alive. So yeah, I kept the train going and kept the name going in that aspect. So that's been fun. Um, but yeah, they've taught their kids a lot, and now we are here. He actually reached the top of the medicine career. So he went from having no job to reaching to the top of his career pretty damn fast. So yeah, it was quite amazing how fast he reached the top of the career. I don't even think, yeah, she's a level 5 apprentice. And she's wanting to gain her skill points up for the job, but she hasn't reached the top of it yet. And so yeah, she's working hard on her agriculture career. So yeah, he's already at level 10. After having no job for most of his adult life, he finally got one at the end of his life and reached the top of it. So he's a very happy man and very successful. We have Hope here, who wanted to be in the law enforcement career, but she got the want to be in the agriculture and I think, or architecture career. And I think this is great because her hobby is actually the tinkering. So I think it's fun to have her in something she's actually interested in. So yeah, after she graduated college herself, she's been having babies with her husband up until this point and pretty much just working on her career. Not very much going on with that. We got Christian Newson over here. So Christian is the eldest of all the kids that Hope and Garrett have. He learned about sociology as a child. He maxed his body skill point by jump roping. He learned to study from Grant. And then he met Brittany Parker. Now, Brittany Parker was somebody I didn't think he was going to be with at all. But while we were gone and he was out and about um, at the teen hangout spot, he met Brittany while I was playing another sim, and they actually woohooed with each other in that spot and without my input. So that happened. And I think he and Brittany aren't close. Yeah, he had a like one bolt with her, so I didn't pursue anything with Brittany. That's the main reason why we didn't pursue anything with her. But anyway, he got into private school. He was happy about his cousins going to college. He actually kissed Freya for the first time as well. And Freya is actually a romance sim. So he's actually been, you know, very popular with the ladies. He's been a ladies' man, kind of. So I was like, okay, Christian, okay, whatever. So he's kissed Brittany, he kissed Freya, and then he kissed Angel, and he met Angel. And when he met her, it was bam, it was great. Like he's got two bolts with her. He was like, yeah, I like her. Sold. So he had his very first date with Angel, and it was a dream date. And I think he knew since then that he wanted to be with her. He actually fell in love with Angel, made out with her, had another dream date. He was happy about his cousin getting engaged. He had a woohoo with Angel because they've been going on steady dates up to this point. Had a third dream date with Angel. Had a fourth dream date with Angel. And then finally, they decided to go steady with each other. So, yeah, Angel is his girl, and he's very happy to be with her, very much in love with her. And I was so happy to see them two together because her name is Angel. And I was like, Angel and Christian, perfect. That was the main reason why I was so excited about them too, because their names just match. But yeah, and he's just happy to have her and his family graduate college and things like that. So I think he and Angel are gonna go to college around the same time, probably grow up together, and I can't wait to see what their future holds. But that's really, really cool. I like them two together. Also, I've started this new thing where, like if my Sims want to get engaged, I'm going to automatically make sure they try to get married in the near future, even if they don't have the want to get married yet. Mostly because why would you want to get engaged with somebody and then not ever marry them? So it really depends on if they are scared to get married, if whether or not I'll have them get married. But yeah, that's my plan on that. And also with my plan for my teenagers who never get the want to go steady with somebody. If they go on 3 dates or more with the same person and it's just that one person, I'm automatically going to make them go steady because they've been steadily dating each other. So it makes the perfect sense to me. But yeah, we're going to do that. And instead of hoping they get the go steady want, that's what we're going to do. So I can make my game a little more interesting and fun. Now we're going to move on to Destiny Newson. She's actually a knowledge sim. Oh, did I tell you that Christian was a pleasure sim? Probably not. But he actually wants to have 50 dream dates, so he could probably have that with Angel as well. Moving on to his twin sister, Destiny here. She's a knowledge sim, and she wants to become head of SCIA. So she wants to go into the intelligence career. She currently has a job in the adventurer career. She's a Splunker level 2. She just needs to get her skills up and it should be good to go with that. So let's actually talk about Destiny a little bit here. So Destiny, let's see what happened. She learned to study from her mom. She learned sociology, got into private school, and she actually met Toby Onimus for the first time. She kissed him for the first time, made out with Toby. She really likes Toby. Where's she at? I'm over here with the brother. She really likes Toby Onimus. She thought he was cute and all that good stuff. So she actually fell in love with Toby and actually did her first woohoo with him and went steady with Toby. So Toby has been her boyfriend for quite some time now. She's a little younger than Toby, 2 semesters younger, but I'm hoping that when she goes to college, they can go, "Hi, I'm in college now," and get back together because, yeah, she really thinks he's cute and she really likes him. So that's that. She's ready to go to college and meet up with her boyfriend there. Um, Moving on to Chance Newson, and Chance is so cute. Look how cute he is. Anyway, Chance Newson is a family sim. He wants to marry off 6 children in his future. I mean, it could happen. We shall see. But yeah, he took after his mom on that aspiration. Um, Nothing much has really happened with him. I don't think he has any hard crushes on anybody. He does not find Delilah Dreamer attractive, which is fine because I have plans for Delilah with Ethan anyway. So whatever, Chance. But anyways, yeah. I was kind of hoping that he would find Susanna attractive. I'm trying to get Susanna with somebody, and yeah, he didn't jump at the chance with her. He likes fatness and full face makeup. He likes his women to be curvy. So I think that is so cool that Chance is like, I want a curvy sim. I would find curvy sim very attractive, he said. Okay, we're gonna move on to Deacon here. Deacon really wants a girlfriend or boyfriend. He wants to have 6 grandchildren in his future. He just wants to find somebody, and I don't think he's found anybody yet either. I've had him look at a couple of girls. I was like, "Do you like Eloise?" Nothing. He does not find Susanna attractive at all either. So he's also over here like, I need to find me a girlfriend. He really wants one, and I think he's super cute too. But yeah, what he finds attractive is glasses and charismatic. He don't like makeup. So this is gonna be quite hard for him to find a girl who doesn't wear makeup because I always put makeup on my Sims. So, no wonder he's like, they all got makeup on. I just like a natural looking sim. I like a curvy sim. I like a natural looking sim. So I don't know. Maybe one of these days we'll find somebody for both of them, but I don't know if it'll be when they're teenagers or when they're older at this point. But anyways, he does want to go steady with somebody though, so hopefully we can find somebody. And then we have Justice Newston. This is Justice's birthday, so he's becoming a teenager this season. So yeah, nothing much has happened with him pretty much. He's friends with Delilah Dreamer. She's a little older than him, kind of. Well, he's about to become a teenager, so he's just a little younger. He's actually friends or was friends with Soham Ramaswamy as well, and they're kind of close to age. He's just a little younger. But yeah, he's friends with those Sims. And then the youngest here is Grace, and Grace is like just grew up to a child. So yeah, she's a cute little blonde girl. And nothing's really much has happened for her, except that she made friends with Logan Knott. So yep, Logan is now a child. If y'all remember Logan from the Knott household that I played, he's now a child, as you can quite possibly tell. And she's friends with Brooke Picasso as well. So she has a couple of friends, even though she began her child thing or child lifespan here. She also wants to become friends with Kelly Picasso, so hopefully we can have her become friends with her. She currently wants to reach level 4 of the logic skill point, so she wants to get some of her skills up as well. And then last but certainly not least, we got little Jake here, and he's like an old dog, so he's a retired pet rescue level 4. So he reached the top of his career, I believe, and retired shortly after that. Yep, he reached the top of the service career and retired. So little Jake is now an elder with Hope and Garrett, and hopefully they can, have a great retirement together. But anyways, yep, this has been the Newson household, and let's move on to the next household.